what I most remember are the ways in which you and Jim and I communicated in a way that we supported each other very personally during a period of time when we were called upon to be obsessive in our attention and service to the organizing committees of new community foundations. It took tremendous personal commitment, energy, focus, empathy. If we hadn't been able to talk to one another late at night and say, "You'll never guess what happened today," or "What would you do if you were confronted with this situation?" Or I have an executive director who is having her first tiff with the founding chairman. How do you help them to reach consensus? There were all of those very personal things, because at the end of the day, this work is so deeply personal. And particularly, we were aware that we were helping leaders in local communities set precedents for behavior that would help to maintain the culture of giving in their local communities. And there was no work that was more important. I remember the moment when you, Kathy, said in such one of these conversations, "It has occurred to me that we're changing the world." That sentence proved to be for me a bolster to my own energy and attention that turned out to be 24/7 for the years that we did that work together. I think that the personal collegiality, therefore, that we established was a critical element to the success that those programs have had since. I think that one of the things we learned, I'm certain that the fact that Michigan and Indiana, next door to one another, were doing work that was similar, and that the people who were doing it were willing to understand themselves as being close working colleagues, supportive of one another, even in deep personal ways, was one of the elements that proved successful. So if you were inventing a model, finding a way to create collegiality in differing places among those who were doing the work, and when I say collegiality, I mean real collegiality, would certainly be an element that folks ought to try to build into such an effort.